Alright, Skull Nation, thanks for being with me. Hit that subscribe button, the notification bell, like, comment, and share this content. Skull, baby.
What's going on? Welcome to Talk Football with me. It's your boy Melly Mel. Back with another episode, man. Another week of football. But you guys know me, Vikings fan. But I'm a football fan first. I mean, to be a Vikings fan, you got to be a football fan, right? So I'm a football fan first, and then the Vikings. But the purple and gold over all other. That's how I go. So football, purple and gold, and then other teams. That's how I go around here. But I want to apologize, man, because I'm like subscribe, like, comment. The channel is going up, but not how I wanted to. But I appreciate you, because of stuff like this. Like I should not be late on it. Well, just covering the league and all this other stuff. I'm paying attention to like other things going on, because I'm covering the playoffs. So I'm a day late on this news. And because of how my algorithm worked, I'm still trying to like and subscribe, man. Roll to 500. I'm past halfway there. Let's get to 500, man, so I can just dish these out. Listen, I could do these like a video every hour. It's just trying to work it through the algorithm. And why would you be putting a lot of videos out if like they're not getting the attention they should get, or at the least, should. So it's like I gotta put out a video, let it work its way through the algorithm, get some kind of a traction, and then put out another one. So I apologize about this one being late because I know it's gonna be late. It's gonna come out on Friday or Saturday. I already know. But welcome back, Flores. This was my only thing I've been like I've been saying all this time on this channel. Okay, we're gonna lose Flores. I've been kind of hopeful too. Everybody. Oh my God, bro. I don't. Vocal Vike. Shout out to my man. I told you. Everybody was like, "Yeah, he's gone." I was like, "Dang, you sure he's going?" Yeah, it's a good chance. He might stay because the camaraderie, and he like what he's building here. And I thought he was going too because who doesn't take a head coaching job, you know? But I mean, what he's building here, what he has built here with KO, and like you go to other and I'm pretty sure the Vikings promised to give him a nice paycheck. So it's like, even if I'm getting a little bit more money, but what I have in Minnesota, what I've been building, and what we have going into 2026, and I'm getting a pay raise, I'm staying. That's how I was looking at it. But everybody just thought he was going. I mean, it's a good possibility too because a head coaching job. But oh my God, I don't think anybody is more excited about this more than me. Like, cause like I've been telling everybody. This team right here, don't trade for Burrow. Don't trade. We want to keep our quarterback. Okay. There's a good chance you get somebody like a Joe Burrow. Then we got a chance at the big. But you saw the improvement in JJ McCarthy, and he's still on his rookie deal. If that doesn't go well, we have to pay this quarterback that's coming in. We've done this before a few times. Now, if that doesn't work out, now we got to tear things down because we got to pay certain people, and we can't afford to pay this high-paying quarterback. So we got to lose like a pass rusher or like a crazy D lineman or like a great linebacker. We got to lose somebody or some things. No, the kid is developing and he's still on his record contract, so we can afford to spend money in other places. Don't ruin this, please. And we go ahead and get Flores back. Oh my, and we get Flores back. We get Flores. It's I wouldn't say Super Bowl because there are 31 other teams in the league and other people are good too and they have great teams too. And like where we're at right now, where we're at, conference championships. Conference champ. I'm telling you, I'm looking at that Seahawks team. They're not better than my Vikings with a competent quarterback. The JJ McCarthy. Remember the 98-yard drive against Dallas? Or the JJ McCarthy after the Green Bay game. Period. Period. That kid. And that's who we got now, because he's not going back. You see, we finished the season on a 5-0 on a 5-game win streak. There's no more a struggling JJ. I'm not saying he's gonna be perfect, but that kid that was trying to figure it out in the first half of the season, it's over. It's over with. Him and the quarterback whisperer figured it out. So pair this defense and this defensive coordinator with the QB whisperer and that kid. See, this gone season was supposed to be next year. See, next year is gonna be. Let me not jinx ourselves. Let's not jinx ourselves. Fingers crossed. No crazy injury. JJ McCarthy, hit the weight room. Put on some weight, please. Some muscles. Okay. Defensive lineman, offensive lineman, Christian Darrisaw. What do we like? What's the plan for him? Like the injury, bro. If this team don't face any significant injuries next season, and Brian Flores in that defense, and they're only gonna get better. And like his guys that were drafted into his defense, you know they love it. Well, it's like McDonald's. We're loving it because it's the same coordinator that they've learned under. So it's the same coordinator back with the same defenses back. Don't you think Dallas Turner is gonna get better? You think Ivan Case is gonna be the same or he's gonna regress? You think he's not gonna get better? You think these young dudes in this Flores defense, they like sky's the limit? Sky's the limit. This is not we had this defensive coordinator. It happened on the offense too. We had this coordinator. Now it's a whole different playbook. It's a whole different scheme we got to adjust to as compared to the guy that we love and we like and we've thrived under. He's coming back. He's coming back. This is Super Bowl or bust. Not even, I shouldn't say conference championship or bust. I'm looking at all of these NFC teams, man. Even the Seattle. Even the Seattle. We had Seattle down to all field goals all game. We smoked that team with a competent JJ McCarthy that is right now. The Vikings team right now is a deep playoffs team. Right now, this year, right now. If they were to say Minnesota Vikings, we want to just test it out to see how good you are. Let's play. I'm telling you, we will be a far playoff team, a deep run playoff team. We finished the season on a 9-8. We finished the season with a winning record on a win streak. All right, let me stop. Let me stop. Let me stop. You can tell I'm excited. I just renting. You know, I feel like dancing. Welcome back, welcome back. I'm sitting there. I can't do the Harlem Shake. Matter of fact, play the song. You know you like that. You know you like that. You know you like that. We back. We back. Got me dancing a little bit. Got me, got me. Harlem shaking. Hey man, Flores back got me, bro. Like, imagine, like this defense could be better. The defense could get better. Isn't that crazy? The Minnesota Vikings defense could be better next year. We could have a. That is crazy. Imagine the camaraderie, man. The brotherhood. Everything I'm naming here is like things I could have a whole show about. I could Brian Flores coming back to the Vikings. I could make a lot. You know what? I'm gonna do a live later. I'm gonna do a live later, like Saturday evening, early Sunday morning. A live is coming, just because I just got so much to say. I can't really say in this video, and I got another little part, to talk about. But I just want to just the camaraderie, guys who are like all of those guys. He's a player's coach too. So it's a lot of you hear the guys talking about this dude, man, just losing Brian. They got to be professionals and they got to deal with it. But like it would hurt, man. It was hurting. The guys were saying it, but him coming back and having that brotherhood still there, and like the guys that were drafted under him that has played for him for years, and all of those dudes coming back, and this defense might be better. And think about the scheme, the blitz packages. The packages. We're gonna see more. What is he drawing up? Does he like cause it's not a different team and different players. He knows his players. It's the same defense. It's the same. He's super familiar with everybody. He knows the strength and the weakness of everybody. This defense could be better. This dude is a guaranteed Pro Bowl generator. A guaranteed pro. He generates Pro Bowl players. Like. Anyway, man. Like I just like this news right here and KO. Now we're really gonna see. We're really gonna see. Like if next year KO, you're not drawing up the plays right, but KO has proven himself to us. B Flow has proven himself to us. Like it got to be some stupid, crazy, catastrophic. I mean, like if this thing, if we're anything short of the conference championship next year, with no significant injuries, with just and it's just like bad play, we're cursed. Or that I'm gonna believe the Vikings are cursed because from having the offensive years we've had recently to having the defensive year we've had this year, and it's like, well, what happened to the offense? Was a new drafted quarterback. Okay, well, the quarterback improved. Okay, okay. So this year coming up is supposed to be it. Like if there's anything short than Super Bowl or conference championship, bro, we are cursed. Forget even if we don't make the playoffs, we're definitely cursed. You don't make the playoffs next season. This season was so bad. We finished with a winning record. How did Green Bay man? I think we would have beat Chicago. Anyway, that's a whole another situation. But let's get into this, man. I'm so excited. I didn't let's get into this because there's another part of this that I want to cover. Vikings signed defensive coordinator Brian Flores to contract extension. My dog in Florida. In Flores' first three seasons, leading Minnesota defensive In Flores' first three seasons leading Minnesota's defense 2023-25, the Vikings have limited their opponents to 19.2 points per game. Second fewest in the league. Bro, just his first, just coming in. Look at the changes, including 5.1 yards per play. Fourth, opponents have averaged just 105.4 rushing yards per game. Fifth, against the Vikings defense during Flores' tenure, including a league low 3.9 yards per rush. Since 2023, Minnesota has totaled the second most forced. Bro, I'm talking about every like record number. You rush yard low, pass yard low, points scored against low. That year, 2023, we had a record number of fumble recovery. Minnesota has totaled the second most forced fumble in the NFL with 52 and the fifth most defensive takeaways with 73, including 61 fumble recoveries, fifth, and 43 interceptions. The Vikings have allowed just 147 plays of 20 plus yards over the past three seasons. The fewest the league, the fewest league wide since Flores took ownership of the defense. I mean, like records everywhere. Like I don't want to keep reading, but I did want to cover what KO had to say about all this other stuff is like great stats. And just go in here, man. You can just see the numbers under Flores. Tutelage, the Vikings defense has steadily improved prior to his arrival in Minnesota. The Vikings defense ranked 31st overall at the conclusion of the 2022 season. Flores led the unit to a 16th place ranking following that. Bro, his first season, he went from last to dead middle. And then the following season, you know what? Let me stop. I'm not even gonna get into all this because this is nerd stuff, man. This is nerd stuff. Just looking at the numbers and comparing the years and look. This is nerd. But I just want to read what KO had to say because I think this important because I think that brotherhood, that camaraderie, unit, that union, I should say, is super duper important. A lot of coaches don't get along and they kind of sweep stuff under the rug and they kind of until the end you know. But I think these two get along good. They work alongside each other well. They complement each other. I think they communicate a lot. I think they like working with each other. So this is what, and I think that's very important because a lot of organizations like players don't like the coaches don't like each other. But it's your job. You're getting paid. You know your job. You gotta go to your job regardless if you like your supervisor or not. You gotta go there and do what you gotta do because you gotta get paid. You gotta pay your bills. Same thing. But so KO's like Brian has unique Brian has a unique ability to connect with players, understand their skill sets, and put them in positions to maximize their impact on the field, says head coach Kevin O'Connell. The identity of our defense is a reflection of his leadership and preparation. On a personal level, I really valued the relationship we've built over the last 3 years, and that shared trust, alignment, and high standard will continue to be critical to our success. Like we saw Kevin O'Connell his first season with Donashell. That was a disaster. To get a Brian Flores to come in here and just Flores make KO look good. You gotta understand. Flores been a head coach before. He's been a defensive. He's been coaching. He's been a DC. He's been a head. He's been all kinds of stuff. This is KO's first head coaching job. So I'm pretty sure Brian is telling him or giving him some gems here that he really appreciates. Brian used to be a head coach. Okay? Now, it was a couple things I heard, like, oh my God, Brian, they might be replacing KO with Brian. It's like, come on, bro. Don't ruin that relationship. Don't bring drama. Don't do that. These two work great together. Keep it how it is. I like KO as the head and Brian's is. I keep it how it is. No, I already talked about how a lot of these head dudes that used to be head coaches, when they become coordinators, they're the best coordinators. There's a few of those. But anyway, yeah, man, like this is great stuff. We are back, baby. I'm talking Super Bowl for the. You see what it is? Even the coffee cup. You see what it is? I even got Nas chilling, man. We got the Wolves over here. Even the Wolves is down with the purple. You see what it is over here? But before I finish this video, man, I'm gonna do a live about this because I got a whole list of stuff that I can make a whole like just talking about the camaraderie or like him getting along with the players or just his blitz packages. Is it gonna get better or just a simple fact that this defense is gonna be better? Like, isn't that scary? I can talk about that for like the next 30 minutes. The next 30 minutes developing players. Imagine Dallas Turner next season. Imagine Ivan Pace next season. Imagine Theo Jackson. Theo Jackson has been getting better and better and better and better. I think he's ready to replace Harry or even Harry. Who all thinks Harry got? I know. It's old man Harry. It's old man Harry. He's old. He need to give it up. But like, what if Harry got one more season? Because it's the Flores defense, right? Flores love, yo man, DC's love, coaches just love a Harrison Smith, period. And I didn't even notice they were showing this little film, super emotional to do about the game, super passionate about the game, like me. You see how I am? Super passionate. Sometimes when the Vikings lose, bro, like I be so mad sometimes. I'm not gonna say there was a tear, but sometimes I be feeling like it. Sometimes it's that crazy. And sometimes when they win, like the Minneapolis Miracle, sometimes it's a little tear. I don't want to say I cry, but emotional, man. That's how Harry is, man. Passionate about this game, man. You go out there and you fight for your brothers, man, to the last whistle. Don't mean to rant. Don't mean to rant. Don't mean I get a little emotional. I get a little emotional. But Harry got one more season. Look at that. Look at that interception against St. Brown. Remember that game in Detroit? In Minnesota against Detroit. The whiteout game. Remember that St. Brown ran a little curl, right? And he tried to fool Harry. Harry is a vet, just sitting there in the middle. Before Jarrett could hit him, Harry came out of no. Oh my God! Like, go watch that game. Go see the curl. It would have worked against anybody else except the veteran. Except the veteran Harry the Hitman. Harry got one more season, man, and he will still pop you too. Harry will smack you, man. He can still hit. He got one more. Anyway, man, I don't know. I think Harry got one more with this great defense. If Flores wasn't coming back, cool. But Flores is coming back. We can use the intel of a Harry. He's just too valuable. All right, whatever. He might hang it up this season. I'm just saying he can do one more if he wants, cause Flores is coming back. All right. Anyway, before I finish this video, man, I just want to add there's a little caveat here with all this greatness I'm talking about and Flores and his greatness and how the players love him and his great camaraderie. He's a player's coach and even Kevin O'Connell loves him. Everybody's singing his praise. There is one person, good thing I didn't do this video when the news first dropped. Cause I'm hearing, somebody in this little controversy, like, why can't we just be happy for coach? Why can't we just be happy for coach, huh? Well, remember, he had drama. There was a little drama in Miami. That's why Miami got rid of him. And then I guess there were some other coaches on the Viking staff that said he wasn't easy to work with. What is going on? What is happening? And how come when people don't have their job no more, when they leave, that's when they want to like say a bunch of craziness or like give a bunch of secrets? So former Viking coach Mike Pettine. See, this is disingenuous. He want to say something about Bryant, but he don't want to be like he don't want to say it. But he kind of alluded to it in the previous comment. So I think the producers, like, they know what they're doing, right? So they know they were gonna come to that whole Brian Flores, cause they don't. All of these questions are not surprise for these dudes. Like before the show, they prep these dudes. They let them know what they're gonna talk about, what questions they're gonna ask, and I know they discussed this. I know they discussed this. So they asked him about his little coaching tree, right, and all of his assistants and how they've become great coaches and whatever. And on the list, I only see like Kyle Shanahan. Everybody else. I don't know who they are. Or Eric Glenn. He's with the Jets now, but like you gotta see a good season in Detroit. You know what? I mean, not talk bad about that man. Whatever. It's the sports, man. Stephen A. People talk bad. People give their opinions. This is sports. You got to give your opinion, like a Stephen A. or whatever. So I'm just giving my opinion. Like I only see one good coach on that list, and it's Kyle Shanahan. Like dude is struggling over there with the Jets, and he had one or two good seasons with the Lions. How do I know? Because we play them every year. Like and all these other coaches. You know what? I'm gonna stop. Let me get into it. Let me before I go to the video. So I guess um Flores was not easy to work with, and he was hard to work with. He didn't say anything about Flores. He was just like he just said how he was hard to work. He was a little snarky and he didn't want to continue. He was like he would just let it be. But he said a lot of stuff before they mentioned Flores. Now, just me in my brain, how I'm thinking he was talking about Flores, and I'm thinking they planned the show like that. Like we're gonna talk about your little coaching tree and say what you have to say about Flores before we mention him. And then you just so called take the higher road. But everything he said right before, they asked him about Flores, everything he said about, cause they just asked him about his coaching tree. And he went on a little dialogue, on a diatribe about let's get into it. Let's play this. I think he was talking about Flores before they asked him about Flores. And then he just took the easy way out. That's what I think. But I digress. Let's play the video.
Coach, speaking of staffs, we were looking up some of your staffs while you were here at Cleveland.
It was crazy.
It's a who's who of guys who have turned out to have pretty darn successful careers. You have 3 current NFL head coaches that were on your staff, and Kyle Shanahan, Aaron Glenn, and Jeff Hafley, Mike McDaniel, Anthony Weaver, Mike LaFleur, Chris Tabor. The list goes on and on. Did you know how good of a staff that was in the moment? And did you see all of these guys having the careers they eventually have gone on to have?
Of course I did. I hired him. No, I obviously had no. I just knew I hired quality coaches. I mean, it's
Look at this list. I only see Kyle Shannon, Aaron Glenn, he's in Jeff Hafley. Who are these dudes? Oh, okay. So Jeff is the new Miami head coach, right? Because they got rid of their head coach. Mike McDaniel. Okay, Mike McDaniel's no, he's not bad. The Chargers OC. Okay. Anthony Weaver, I'm not really familiar with him. Miami didn't have a great season. He's their DC. Mike LaFleur, Rams OC. Okay, the Rams are a good team. So how long Mike LaFleur been there since KO left? Not pretty. I'm not like it's too many people on staff to know all the head coaches and of all 32 teams, and then to know all the DCs and all the OCs. It's just too many. And then you got to keeping up with players. Hey, listen, I know a lot of names, but you can't know them all. But I'm getting there. You gotta know a lot. Like this is not a. But yeah, I only know like 2 dudes on this list. So it's like they're talking like it's just this great. Mount Rushmore that he's created. Like, come on, man. And Kyle Shanahan, whose son that is? Whose son that is? He comes from he has a football background. So, you know what? Listen, man, put some respect on my coach name. And I don't know what happened between them two, but just the way Pettine did this, the way they did it, and then he tried to act like he's taking a high road or he's trying to be a bigger man after spilling all of that, but they try to disguise it. I don't respect it. I don't respect it. And then how come? Why do we get this? Why do we get this all of a sudden right when he gets his new contract? Why when he gets his new contract? Why? It sounds like you hating, bro. You're hating. Stop it. I'm going off. I ain't even start the thing. That's how passionate I am about this. Like you. Come on, man.
It's such an important thing, and I think that's where a lot of people don't realize when you're interviewing for head coaching jobs is you can have a great interview.
Right here. Listen. This is what I'm talking about. This whole old speech right here, and they're gonna ask him about. They're gonna ask him about Flores later. But he's talking about Flores right here. Just listen. Just listen. I'm gonna shut up.
But if your list of assistant coaches of guys you want to hire is not good, then that's you're really diminishing your chances of getting a job. But when I look to hire those guys, I mean they're all very different, but there's a lot of common threads there. And I think one of the biggest things is none of those guys are afraid to have a hard conversation, and I think that's what's missing in football today. And
None of those guys are not willing to have a hard conversation. And that's what's missing in football today. Now, this dude was on the defensive side and he had to move to the offensive side because him and Flores was not getting along. And what did he just say is the problem with dudes nowadays? Let's play that back. Who thinks he's not talking about Flores right here?
guys you want to hire is not good, then that's you're really diminishing your chances of getting a job. But when I look to hire those guys, I mean they're all very different, but there's a lot of common threads there. And I think one of the biggest things is none of those guys are afraid to have a hard conversation, and I think that's what's missing in football today, and missing probably in a lot of other places. But the ability to be able to look somebody in the eye and say your idea of what's good enough does not meet my idea of what's good enough, and
Y'all think that didn't happen a few times? Y'all think that didn't happen a few times between those two? You think that's not what he's talking about? And just watch his respond when they finally ask him about Flores. I'm sorry, maybe that's just me, but ain't no way he's not talking about Flores, right? I know he's worked with other people, but like it's just too obvious, man.
it needs to get better as long as it's done in a respectful manner. I just think over time, I just think that's become the tough conversation has become a lost art. I mean, or it's frowned upon. You want to bring up something that's going to rock the boat a little bit. You get a label that I don't know if I can necessarily. It starts with an A, that I don't know if I can necessarily say, but
Yeah.
I just think that's what's missing. I mean, football is a tough sport for tough people, and you got to be able to look people in the eye and tell them when what they're doing isn't good enough. And as long as, like I said, as long as it's done respectfully and you have a path for them to get to where they should be. And that was something I always looked for in coaches, somebody that wouldn't shy away from having those conversations.
That's kind of why I wanted Brian Flores to be the next coach of the Browns, but obviously either he's not interested or they're not interested. I don't know. I know he has that reputation. You worked with him. He was tough on the players in Miami, and I think he's been vindicated. What's your thoughts on Coach Flores?
Probably not many that I would prefer to share. I mean, we didn't see eye to eye on a lot of things, and that's why I spent this past year on offense. I was there in 24 and 25, or 23 and 24 on defense. So, I'll take the high road on that one.
Okay, well, let me ask you another question. You may want to take the high road on too. I don't know, but
Bro, that's who you were just talking about. Just keep it real. Oh my God, man. Whatever. Who thinks he wasn't talking about B-Flow just now? And then when they finally asked him about B-Flow, I just take the high road. And where thinks, bro, you literally just described how you like working with people, and you literally just described how certain people can't take criticism and they can't do this and you can't do that. And then you just told us you had to move from one side of the ball to the other side from his side to KO side, and then you just describe your issues with other coaches. Oh my God, y'all are you're so vague, but everybody with a brain know you were talking about Brian Flores. Like, this is so comical. But anyway, man, welcome back, welcome back, welcome back, welcome back, Beef Flow. You know what I mean? We're in the big dance. I don't know what this dude is talking about. And I think before I leave, I think he's trying to paint Brian out to be this victim kind of guy. Cause um and as a man, I don't really like that too, playing a victim at all. But if Brian went through certain thing, Brian went through certain thing, and I think that's what he's trying to do here. He's trying to paint Brian as this guy who's always playing a victim. You know what I mean? That was the story in Miami. It was the he was playing the race card or whatever. And now in Minnesota, it's like, oh man, you gotta watch what you say to this dude, or he gotta have his way, and you can't talk, you can't have a tough. Cause that's what he was talking about. You can't have a tough conversation with him and all of that. So I just think he was coming at Brian, but being real vague and being real indirect. And I'm gonna talk about him before they actually ask me a question about him, and then I'm gonna say I'm gonna take the high road when I've really just talked. It was done. It was done in a clever way, and everybody know, like, they before these dudes come on camera, they kind of, what are we talking about, what we gonna, okay, we're gonna ask you this and this and that and that. So I just think it was just disingenuous, man. It's disingenuous. So good news for the Vikings. Welcome back, our beloved coach, man. And this defense is only gonna get better. And I got like 50 different things I can break down, talk about into details. But great news. Congrats to B Flow. But there's always some kind of a drama surrounding these great news and these happy events or whatever. But Skull, baby, Skull, we back. We back. Like, listen, it's on all off season, from the draft to the every freaking. We're gonna cover it. We're here. Subscribe, 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 so I can drop video as often as I want, so y'all can get all the entertainment and all the news and all the whatever y'all can get surrounding football. I'm talking about all teams. It's gonna be Vikings focus, but listen, y'all don't even know what's coming. Just subscribe, man. Subscribe, like, comment, let me know what you think, all of that. But yeah, man, Skull, baby. I'll catch you guys later. This is crazy. Yo, Mike Perry, you hating? Mike is hating on B Flow. This is crazy. But we good. We back, man. Shout out to 2026. The league. I'm gonna pull up. I'm gonna pull up old videos of me warning the league about this team, and we get to keep B Flow. We get to keep B Flow. Oh, Skull. B Flow. Oh, Skull.